You know, I feel like I should be able to say, I can see my house from here. And yet all I see is red fog and an ominous pine forest just beyond all these, sleeping deciduous trees. Oh well, in any event, welcome back to Let's Clean PowerWash Simulator. I'm BurningDogFace, and last time we made this front tower look really good. Took care of that front turret. Was it the other side? Evidently. Man, that was such a good perch. Good. Yes. This time, we're going to be cleaning that off, and then we're going to be focusing on this thing I'm standing on. But first, shout out to Elthwar, who says, Dr. Powerwash versus Splatoon Inklings would be a rather interesting match. I think it would probably make sense for an asymmetric three-way match. Two teams of Inklings looking to paint the map, with the Doctor trying to clean the entire map, with the winner being based on a state of several key zones at the end of the timer. Dr. Powerwash can be slowed by ink, but water blasts Inklings back to their respawn point. I like that idea. That, the Inklings are going and putting paint everywhere, but it's asymmetrical, so Dr. Powerwash has the ability to just blast large swaths of the level really quickly with water, since he's working against two different teams. The balancing for this is beyond what I can do, so I can't say it will work well, though, says Elthwar. And shout out to Justin Jones, who says, with a timestamp, yes, I can remember the jump from NES to SNES, or SNES to PSX. Well, it was SNES and 64, let's be clear about that. Hell, even within the same console generation, you could see improvements in graphics as developers got a better handle on the tech. Compare Super Mario World, which was a launch title, to Donkey Kong Country. And I actually kind of noticed that as a kid, but I wasn't sure why until years later when, I noticed as a kid, I wonder why Kirby's Adventure looks so much better than all the other NES games, except I would have called it a Nintendo game at the time, since that was just the name we used for the console until more came out. And it turns out the reason for that is that, it came out in 1991, the same year as A Link to the Past, so people had as much information about NES games and their development as they were going to get. Justin continues, for that matter, even audio quality has vastly improved both between console generations and within each generation. That's true. As an example, again, compare the music from Super Mario World to that of Donkey Kong Country, or the music from Final Fantasy IV to Final Fantasy VI, a soundtrack that still holds up today. I've mentioned it in other videos of yours before, but the irony is that as graphics got better, I found it more difficult to play games with what limited eyesight I had. I even started to struggle with the turn-based RPGs I loved to play as their graphical quality increased. Mostly because I was able to see high contrast better, and that doesn't necessarily lend itself to modern gameplay, i.e. an urban environment or a forest or a cave isn't going to look too convincing without the appropriate lighting and shadows. A game like Powerwash Simulator, I wouldn't have been able to play it. Well, if it makes you feel any better, we did eventually get out of the, brown equals next-gen era. Games are much more colorful these days than they were in the late 2000s, for example. So, there's hope yet. I knew someone who had trouble with Minecraft. She, I don't remember what you don't even remember if it was like a syndrome or a disease or something. She had this thing going on where she had trouble recognizing certain things really close to her, and because the textures in Minecraft, the default textures are so low res, it doesn't give her brain any additional information. So, if she walks up to a tree, her brain will go tree, 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 tree. Wait, shit, I forget. What is this? Just completely lose the context that this is a tree and you're looking at the wood texture. So it is interesting to me that there's such a thing. People talk about how the pursuit of realism is an issue, but it is interesting to me that there are people who have the opposite problem. The more simplistic the graphics, the more difficulty they have recognizing anything. How the fuck am I actually meant to get the other side of the scaffolding, the other side of the weather vane, now that I think about it? Oh no, the ladder's down there. It's right on the other side of the chimney. I don't think I'll be able to lean it against this thing anyway. What if I just go here and hope for the best? Ah, good. Front turret weather vane cleared. Sick. This tower is now clean from top to bottom. Let's just take care of the roof of its little extension here. Take that, shingles! Practically vertical, this thing is so steep. Mind you, it's not as steep as the roof over the well, and I did think it was weird that the well also had shingles on it. Of course, the roof shingles, Justin, not the skin condition. I had that once. It fucking sucks. I got really lucky in that the spot was only about the size of my fingerprint. Some people get it all over the fucking place. Basically, here's a spot on your body that looks like a rash and hurts like hell for no particular reason. Oh, it jiggled. Oh. Butts. Well, I made it on this level. No, I didn't. On the ground. Butts. Back up the scaffolding. No, it is absolutely not going to be faster if I do it while crouch walking so I don't hit my head and get caught on stuff. Oh, actually, while I'm standing here... Fucking... Okay. I just hear a chicken. I do not want to hear a chicken at a witch's house. That doesn't end well for the chicken. Oh, yeah, that is an issue. I was afraid of that. Okay, how am I going to do that? No, not up here, you fucking brainiac. Just imagine the amount of noise you would make climbing up this thing. Yes! This tower is cleansed. That was kind of the really difficult part I wasn't looking forward to. I'm not saying the rest of this will be easy, just easier. Like, it is not, like, no part of the rest of the house is taller than the scaffolding, I think. Maybe this tower over here. But it's, like, mostly integrated into the house, so... Or maybe not, but whatever. I think it is very just slightly taller than it, but, like, not enough for it to matter. Let's see what this does look like. I guess it is a tower, but fine. It's more like the house is integrated into it. Oh, we look at the rest of these pumpkins then. This one here feels bad because he's right next to the clean one anyway. Yeah, that's better. Amazing how the glow doesn't go away when I spray hot water at the face, or pressurized water at the face. Honestly, impressive that this doesn't punch a hole straight through the fucking pumpkin. One of the softer vegetables. Oh! This one looked angry, but now it has an actual cheery face. I like that. Good. They're all just Jack-o'-lantern. There's no funny names on them. Jack-o'-lantern Steve. Jack-o'-lantern Bill. Jack-o'-lantern Joel. Jack-o'-lantern Llewellyn. How old is this one? It is one of the things I like about the show Murdoch Mysteries, all the old-timey names popping up. Or it is not, for example, considered at all unusual for a woman to be named Eustace. Or is that a man's name? I can't even fucking remember. Oh, that's weird. I accidentally two-faced this pumpkin. Let's get the graffiti face on one side and the real one on the other. Oh, that's better. It's no longer Jack-o'-lantern Harvey. I understand there are alternate universes where Harvey Dent never gets mutilated, but still develops an alternate personality because he already had one at the time he was burned. It's just that before he referred to it as Two-Face, he referred to it as Big Bad Harv. I'm still using the extension. I won't get the shed yet. I was going to say maybe I'll save it for last, but obviously I'll save Arsmeep for last. I didn't finish the thought from last time, or maybe even the time before that, where I still remember how just the shock of the first paid DLC trailer for this game, and it was just like a black void, and an object falls into frame, and you know, a PowerWash gun pops up and sprays it off. I think it was just the default gun. I can't use any of the other ones here. Fine. It was just like the starting one, I think, just to make it really basic. And it was... No, they cleaned it off. And, oh, shit, it's the Warhammer 40,000 logo. Oh, you know, because of all the fucking franchises to branch out with. Let's work with the one that literally invented the term grimdark. I mean, I found out relatively recently, compared to, you know, how long I've known about the franchise, that it started out as a parody of super grim and edgy settings, and people like vibed with it unironically, and they sort of shrugged and went with it. Pathway post cleaned. Wow, that's really cooperative. Just imagine how swingy this would be, spraying water at a rope. Must have over-bleached the rope the first time or something. All these light bulbs. And then go back the other way and get the other side of the light bulbs. When I was a kid, Halloween, like, lights weren't really a thing. I think. Maybe I just didn't notice. And it always well, what I'm thinking of specifically is when someone puts up, like, orange and black fairy lights. Like, it looks like Christmas lights, except they're all... Well, I guess not black. They're all orange or, you know... Not cheery colors. Spooky colors. Watch it turn out I've actually been very insensitive this entire time, and the person buried in this grave is named E. I don't think I've ever heard of a person who goes by, like, just one character as their name outside of movies or video games. Well, and anime. A few examples I can think of. One that always pops into my head is a gentleman from one of the Castlevania games who has lost most of his memory, but he remembers that his name begins with J. And so it just says in the dialogue box, J. At least until he remembers who he is, but, you know, that's a whole other bag of worms. You call someone who dislikes Christmas a humbug. What do you call someone who dislikes Halloween? I mean, I'm not a big fan of, celebrating things that scare the shit out of you. But hey, it is just one day a year, so fine. Go nuts. If you've ever watched any of my horror series, you will probably be aware of the fact that I'm actually a huge wuss. slowly this time. Rad. Oh, that does look much nicer. Yeah, that actually looks like it's inviting you to a party. Oh, I like how, honestly, I mean, apart from all the green when we got here, it's like, oh, this house is old and grimy and shite. Yeah, this is exactly what I would expect. And then it's like, you clean it off, and it's like, oh, it's actually really, really nice underneath. All the stone is pure, it looks like an inviting place, and you make the stone white like that. With like the slight pink color to the roof. Let's see if I can get this window here. Well, if it's I guess it is technically stained glass, but it's all varying shades of yellow. There's no picture there. Disappointed. I was thinking maybe we'd get to see Warlock Jesus. I know my mind has been poisoned by years of Dungeons and Dragons and video game classes, but yeah, it is like the actual usage of Warlock, right? Just a male witch. Conservatory window, herb house window. I mean, they both begin with H, so my brain really, really wants to pronounce it Herb House, but that's just not it, unless that is the house where Herb lives. I knew a guy named Herb once. Worked at the same factory I was at for a summer. Everyone just called him Old Man. Like, to the point where that was the name stitched into his jumpsuit. Old Man on the name tag. At his request, incidentally. He really liked to play it up, too. He would act like a total asshole and say, what the fuck's wrong with you, boy? Get off your arse and you work harder. And he'd have a huge fucking grin on his face as he was saying it. It just made it unbelievably difficult to imagine he actually held anything against you. He was just, like, embracing the cranky old man stage of his life with both hands, even if he wasn't actually all that cranky. I wonder if he's still alive. That was a downer thought. Actually, yeah, we stand at the front of the house and carefully get the shed out of view. And okay, even if the party started right now, the guests could at least, chill by the apothecary's hut and wait. I don't think it would be a good idea to do that, but... Jickle it. I got the other window, I guess. Let's get this one. Oh, right. I was like, but I didn't get the bottom yet. There's probably stuff on the... No, not in there. Oh, jump. Oh, thank you, stool. I don't even need to move you. Sick, and perfect timing. There's the timer. Okay, the tower looks great. Yeah, the pumpkins are perfect. I feel like I could use a slight bit more model variety, but whatever. Maybe the hostess prefers them all to look like this. Or maybe they're plastic, and that's why they didn't collapse under the high-powered water. And, of course, the path leading up looks better than ever with the ween part cleaned off and these lights leading the way. Bless this hex. Wonder what the witch equivalent. I think I said that already the first time, but gee, I still wonder every time I look at that sign what the witch equivalent of live, laugh, love is. Well, I'm BurningDogFace, and I will see you on the next episode of Let's Clean PowerWash Simulator when this ridiculous journey through Halloween continues, and we get this place looking sparkling clean for this party. Hope Megan has a great time. We're up to 38%, and I couldn't be happier. That means we're going to get a email in 2 more percent, so looking forward to it. Let's get the entire tower in view. Yeah. Till then, have yourselves a great day, Burning Dog fans. Later!